I'm Sanya, back with the weekly analysis of the week that was. So what made headlines in the Supreme Court of India? Let's have a look. With the farmers' protests turning violent on Republic Day, the Supreme Court saw a barrage of petitions and letters addressed to the Chief Justice of India. While a law student addressed a letter seeking formulation of a special investigation committee to be formed for conduct of a rigorous inquiry against those involved in the activity of unfurling a flag other than the tricolour at the Red Fort on India's 72nd Republic Day, a plea by a lawyer sought constitution of a judicial commission for inquiry into the violent incidents. Other petitions included prayers which sought for directions that an FIR be registered against ABP News and Sambit Patra for allegedly spreading false propaganda. Another petition sought a court-monitored NIA investigation into the violent incidents. These cases are yet to be taken up by the top court. No relief for makers and actors of Thunder web series as Supreme Court refuses to quash FIRs filed against them for allegedly hurting religious sentiments on account of scenes in the show mocking Hindu deities. However, the bench issued notice in the prayer for clubbing FIRs filed in as many as 6 states against the makers and actors of the show. The bench orally observed during the course of the hearing that an actor is not precluded from the onus of hurting religious sentiments if he accepts a role, which he does after reading the script. Court made these remarks after counsel appearing for actor Mohammad Zishan Ayub informed the bench that Ayub was contracted to play a certain character and that the views expressed by the character on screen could not be ascribed as his own. The Supreme Court has stayed the acquittal of an accused in terms of the Bombay High Court skin-to-skin judgment, which had held that the pressing of breast and an attempt to remove salwar of a minor would not fall under the definition of sexual assault in terms of the POCSO, but would certainly fall under Section 354 of the IPC. Just 2 days after the controversial judgment was passed and faced a lot of backlash, Attorney General K.K. Venugopal mentioned the prayers seeking a stay on it. Attorney General K.K. Venugopal, while urging for a stay, submitted before the top court that the instant judgment is likely to set a dangerous precedent. So what to expect on the next hearing? With the top court issuing notice on the prayer returnable within 2 weeks, a petition in this regard is expected to be filed. As on date, the skin-to-skin judgment of the Bombay High Court stands stayed and cannot be used as a precedent across the country. Another update in this regard is that the judge, Justice P. Ganediwala, who had passed this particular judgment, was supposed to be appointed as a permanent judge in the Bombay High Court. This permanent appointment has now been put on hold by the Supreme Court Collegium. Pranay Roy and Radhika Roy, promoters of NDTV, agreed to deposit shares at the rate of Rs 37 as security in accordance with the SEBI order before top court. The Securities Exchange Board of India had imposed a penalty of Rs 27 crore for failing to disclose price-sensitive information to the shareholders of NDTV on the Roys. The bench was informed by senior advocate Mukul Rohatgi representing the Roys that NDTV is a struggling news channel with no other resources and that the only guarantee it could provide were the shares of the channel. So what to expect in the next hearing? The Roys are expected to file an affidavit stipulating an undertaking for deposit as aforementioned. Senior advocate Mukul Rohatgi also lately informed the court that SEBI has filed an affidavit which he would like to have a look at and has sought for an adjournment of the case by the end of the week. Kunal Kamra, who is facing a contempt of court case, told Supreme Court in his affidavit that the language and style he resorts to are not intending to insult, but to draw the attention to and prompt an engagement with issues that he believes are relevant to our democracy and which have also been raised in the public domain by more severe and learned commentators. So what to expect in the next hearing? With Kamra's reply on record, the petitioners are expected to file their rejoinders. Now let's look at the other news and judgments from the top court. January 29th, 2021 marked 71 years since the Supreme Court of India's functioning. The Public Relations Officer released a press statement stipulating that during the year 2020, despite technological constraints and other challenges of reduced workforce on account of the ongoing pandemic, 43,713 hearings were held by 1998 benches through video conferencing mode. Top Court has reiterated that mutation entries do not by themselves confer title. The contention for consideration in the instant case was that as there was a title suit pending in relation to the subject matter of the property, the High Court ought not to have issued a direction for mutation. It is well settled that mutation entries do not by themselves confer title which has to be established independently in a declaratory suit, the bench observed. Let's have a look at the High Court and other legal updates. The Madhya Pradesh High Court has refused to grant bail to accused Munawar Farooqi and co-accused Nalin Yadav. A bench of Justice Rohit Arya observed, the evidence or material collected so far suggests in an organized public show under the garb of stand-up comedy at a public place on commercial lines, scurrilous, disparaging utterances outraging religious feelings of a class of citizens of India with deliberate intent were made by the applicant. On the last date of hearing, the bench had reserved orders in the plea stating that people like Munawar Farooqi and others must not be spared. The Allahabad High Court has directed police authorities to desist from making automatic and routine arrests, especially in cases related to Section 498A of the IPC. The bench noted that despite the safeguards provided for under the Section 41A of the CRPC, police is still routinely proceeding to arrest accused persons, even if they are involved in offences which are punishable up to 7 years imprisonment. In this light, the court also issued a slew of directions. An FIR has been lodged against Rinal Pandey, Zafar Agha, Paresh Nath, Anant Nath and Vinod K. Jose, alleging that they had indulged in inciting people to indulge in violence with their misinformed reporting concerning the tractor rally violence in the capital. Arpit Mishra, the complainant, has lodged an FIR at police station Gautam Budh Nagar under sections 153A, B, 295A and B. A commercial court in Pune has rejected the injunction application filed on behalf of Cutis Biotech against Serum Institute of India, claiming trademark Covishield of the COVID-19 vaccine.